Many have tried. Some have come close. But only few have cheated.
He's won them all. The Grand Slam.
In tennis, it's the mastery of every surface. Grass, clay, hard court.
And there it goes, a Grand Slam home run.
In the national pastime, it's the game-changing base-clearing colossus.
At last, he's won the fourth of the world's great championships.
But what does a Grand Slam mean in our game? It is the knowledge that on the 4 most important weeks, you possess the game, but more than measured up. It succeeded, and at times it soared. Under the most extreme pressure, you played the correct shot, hit it the right weight, made the big putt. Not just once, but again, and again, and again. And now, after that electric victory at the Open, one more player sits at the doorstep of joining our little club. Good luck, young man.
Good morning. Welcome into Morning Drive, Monday, August the 7th, the year 2017. This is Studio AP. I'm Damon Hack alongside Chantel McCabe, 3-time PGA Tour winner, and Chris DeMarco. Jack Nicklaus, of course, won his Grand Slam in 1966. Before him, the likes of Gene Sarazen and Ben Hogan, Gary Player. After Jack, Tiger Woods in the year 2000. And this week, Jordan Spieth perhaps will become the youngest man to win the career Grand Slam and the 6th overall. Chris DeMarco, what a storyline we have for this PGA Championship.
My gosh, what pressure on a 23-year-old kid, 24. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, it's just, but that's what he relishes. That's what he wants. He is loving it right now. He loves all the attention. He's playing so good. I wouldn't doubt if he does it.
Wow. What a magical time in our game, huh, Chantel?
It is. And, you know, I got to interview him after his win at the Travelers, 10 wins before he turned 24. And that was his demeanor after that chip-in.
Yeah.
Was unbelievable. I'll never forget that, and the kind of emotion he showed after, his composure, it's really exceptional. And what a year he's had.
Yeah, well, there will be some competition, which brings us to happening now. How about Hideki Matsuyama, that 5-shot win yesterday at the WGC Bridgestone Invitational, his 3rd win of the season, his 2nd WGC of the season, that course record tying 61, an eagle, 7 birdies, not a single bogey on the card. He moves to the top of the FedEx Cup standings, the money list, and goes into the PGA Championship with momentum. What a day for the world number 3. So how did he get it done, Chris DeMarco? He started on the 2nd hole with authority. This is his 3rd.
This is not really an easy chip. This is down, running away from you. Plenty of green to work with. Obviously, Reed's just absolutely perfect. Good way to get your day started off with a nice little eagle 3 on the 2nd hole.
Moves to 9 under to tie for the lead, and you can see very early on something wonderful for him is happening. On to the 3rd hole, his 2nd shot, little buttercut.
Yeah, this is the theme of the day. If we watch this, you can tell how great his distance control is and how he controls that spin. Every one of these shots came back a little to the right when it spun. He hits that in there just to a couple feet. Another great birdie.
That moved him to 3 under par on the day. Now, it's interesting. He was asked afterwards, when did you start thinking about 61? He said on the 16th hole. Why? Because he was paired with Tiger Woods in 2013 when Tiger shot 61. How about that little flashback?
Last win for Tiger, too, 2013 Bridgestone.
Absolutely. He shot 61. So did Sergio Garcia on this golf course. So did Jose Maria Olazabal. How about Hideki Matsuyama on the 16th hole, the par 5, his 3rd from 105 yards, and he's spinning clubs. He's locked in.
He is. Plays this perfect. He's a little slope behind the pin there. A little left of the hole, brings it in, lets it spin back to just a couple feet. Another great birdie, which really put him 3 up on Zach Johnson, which kind of made it pretty easy coming in.
And you said it. I mean, almost every highlight is the same. That spin back from the left side back to the right. Now the 17th hole. This is his 3rd for birdie.
This is a little cementing, I think, right here. This kind of closes the door. This is kind of the theme, too, right in the middle of the hole. Boy, he putted great last week.
He sure did. That got him to 8 under par on the round. You see the appreciation from the crowd there in Akron, Ohio. He walks to the 18th hole, and he just was getting a little low 5 for the crowd, and kind of a stoic player, you know. He not really emotes that much, but he was feeling it on this day. And this now for the birdie for 3 straight to finish out his round.
Yeah, and you know, he knows he won the golf tournament at that point, but he wanted to shoot that 61 in Tiger Woods. I can promise you that.
Absolutely able to get it done. A 5-shot win. And listen, Zach Johnson didn't play poorly, and Charlie Hoffman didn't play poorly. He went to the next level yesterday. That final round, 61. And now he's going to try to take his resume to the next level this week as a major champion. He gets his PGA Championship underway at 7:45 a.m. with Ernie Els and Ian Poulter. And when you look at Hideki Matsuyama, Chris, he has 6 top 10s in major championships, and he seems to have a game that is built for the type of pressure he'll face this week. What does he do so well? Why will his game be a good fit perhaps for Quail Hollow?
Well, you know what? He's a great driver of the golf ball.
Okay.
One thing that you never see with Hideki Matsuyama is you never see him rushed. Everything, every facet of his game is completely under control. His swing, that nice pause at the top with his driver, a lot of speed through the golf ball. His iron shots, even his little wedge shots, you can see the nice little pause and then a lot of speed through it. And then his putting stroke the same way. We watch it there. Not much difference between that swing right there and this wedge shot that we're going to see into the green. Another just splits the middle of the fairway, probably 350 yards right down to the pipe, just to 130 yards. See, nice little pause, little acceleration through it. Just another beautiful shot in those circumstances. To control the distance like that, wow, control your emotions, your adrenaline, everything like that, and then this putt and stroke. Smooth as silk for a little 61. A little 61, D-Hack.
What's it like to be in control of every facet of your game like that? I mean, he was composed. This was a very tight leaderboard at the beginning of the day. He absolutely boat raced the field.
You remember what that commercial says? These guys are good?
Yeah.
He proved that yesterday.
Okay.
He was on fire. He was in his zone. You don't get there too much in your career, but it's, I mean, again, you've only seen 4 guys shoot 61 at that golf course. So a very difficult golf course, 61, complete control of his game, and just lap the field.
A lot of players coming into Quail Hollow with a lot of momentum. All right, Chantel, what else is happening now?
What is happening now? AK Kim celebrating her first major championship win. The 29-year-old South Korean won the Rico Women's British Open by 2 shots for her 3rd win of the season. That deserves some hugs, some smiles, and raise that trophy, girl. She had a 6-stroke lead after 54 holes. Let's take a look at what she did in the final round to seal her deal in Scotland. But we have to set this up with a backstory. This is a flashback to the 2012 ANA Inspiration. IK Kim misses a short putt, and that is a heartbreaker. She went on to talk about what exactly that did going forward about a year later.
It doesn't matter what happened. It's what matters is what you do after, how you're gonna come back, and what you're gonna do the next time.
Okay, so Chris, let's move on to Rico this year. Kim, 17th hole to par for her second shot.
A little tiger-like there with a little stop in the backswing. Very difficult shot here over the water. You can see her taking a deep breath. I love that, how she did that. She kind of recomposed herself and hits a beautiful shot in there. But again, doesn't look like she likes any of these shots, but she ends up putting it in there about 15 feet right underneath the hole, which is just exactly what she needed. Beautiful golf shot.
Don't watch her face. Watch where the ball lands.
Exactly. That's the theme for sure.
All right, let's move on to the 18th hole par 4 second shot here.
Yeah, just a beautiful shot again. Again, doesn't really look like she likes it. She's leaning again. Just gets up, just another foot, and this ball probably gets right down to the hole, but stops there. Just, again, with a 2-shot lead to have 18 feet straight up the hill. What a beautiful shot. You can see she's finally smiling.
There's a smile.
There it is.
I guess we'll do a fist bump there. All right, so no memories haunting her here. This is tapping in for par, a short putt, and this would relieve a lot of tension and stress that has been building up for 5 years. And that is her first major championship victory for IK Kim. And taking a look at the leaderboard, Michelle Wee, how about her week? She had an opening round 64 for a course record. Jody Ewert shot off, gave her best in the final round, also shot a course record 64. IK Kim, the winner, but how did she feel getting that redemption after 5 years in the making? This is her in her own words on the win.
You know what happened to me? I cannot just go and have fun. I mean, I try to have some fun, but I kind of never let down my guard, and maybe next time I'll have a little bit more fun, I guess. I think, you know, everything has a reason, but I wanted to look at it as a positive, and then I think that really shifted my career in a way.
So guys, in 2010, she had an incredible rookie year on the Ladies European Tour. She was Rookie of the Year. Then that let down in 2012, haunting her for a while. And now she's having an incredible season with her third win in her first major championship. What did you guys think of what she said after?
Well, I mean, I watched the highlight where she misses that short putt, and it was a good stroke. Her stroke went back, it just somehow 360 and went back on her. So I love that she was able to kind of get this win. I mean, she was really solid these last 2 days. I don't think she missed a green, maybe 2 greens in the last 3 days. So she, even though she didn't look like she likes a lot of her shots, boy, they ended up on the green and ended up in good positions, and she was able to capitalize on them.
It was a remarkable week for her. I think conventional wisdom in our game is that IK Kim probably would not win a major championship because of the scar tissue from 2012. That moment at the ANA Inspiration probably would have been in bold type, first paragraph, when you talk about the career of this young woman. For her to bounce back from that moment, to have the moment she had yesterday, I think it's one of the most redemptive stories in the history of the game.
Wow, that's awesome. But great champions bounce back. We saw that with Jordan Spieth the year before at the Masters, blowing a 4-shot lead, coming back and winning the British Open this year. Great champions get it done.
The Demons, though, think about it. You have a 6-shot lead. You're sleeping on that. You know what happened 5 years ago. Everyone knows what happened 5 years ago, including the competitors. For her to have that weight on her shoulders and hold it together, I mean, what do you appreciate about that as a player?
Well, I can tell you one thing that helped was that iron shot in the first hole to about a foot, which gave her a 7-shot lead, which kind of helped too.
Yeah.
You know, having that big of a lead and on a golf course where there really wasn't that much trouble. I didn't see too much when I was watching. The fairways were pretty big. She's not the longest hitter, but she was able to hit her driver out there, able to hit the ball on the green. The greens were big enough for her to get it on the greens and have putts at it, and her putting was phenomenal. She putted great the whole week. Not too many, no 3 putts, I don't think, and she was just solid on the greens, solid in the irons, and she hit the ball in the middle of the fairway every hole.
Yeah,
putting was important.
Very Absolutely, fantastic story. So
and
what else is going on?
Next up for the ladies, Solheim Cup is just around the corner.
There's more news in Scotland. Yes, the teams are set. Julie Inkster for the Americans and Annika Sorenstam for the Europeans. They completed their teams yesterday. You're seeing highlights, of course, from 2015. That was in Germany. Look at Julie Inkster dancing. You see a lot of the same faces that you saw in Germany in Des Moines, but also some new faces, especially on the American side. Maybe a bit of an upset. Paula Creamer had played on 6 straight Solheim Cup teams. She was left off this team by Julie Inkster, so it was a very difficult decision. You see the 2 captains picks, lower right, Austin Ernst, she's an LPGA winner, and Angel Yin, an 18-year-old rookie with 3 top 10s, a big hitter. Inkster said a very popular player among the team. And how about the European team for Annika Sorenstam? She had 4 captains picks, Caroline Masson, Anna Nordqvist, of course, a major championship winner, Emily Pedersen, and Madeline Sagstrom, who played so well on the Symetra Tour just a year ago. Now, after making the picks, the captains talked about the difficulty of the decisions.
It was a lot harder. There was probably 4 or 5 more girls in the mix. You know, last time was probably 4. This is probably 8. It was really hard. I mean, but it was a good. I mean, I had a good pick from, you know, because I had 8 girls that could play, and so it was a good position to be in, but also a very tough position to be in.
Well, it's always nice with choices, but I also had a lot of players to choose from, so which didn't make it that easy. But obviously, with Anna's situation, not getting 6 tournaments in the period of qualification, actually only felt like I had 3. So it's been hard, but once I make a decision, we're ready to go. Feel really good about the team, and it's going to be exciting.
And it all gets started next week as we look at some of the past results in this growing rivalry. Of course, 14.5, 13.5. That was the victory in 2015 in Germany. This, of course, 2009. Rich Harvest Farms, the U.S. won 16-12. Europe bounced back in 2011, and Ireland 15-13. So we're seeing a lot of tension between these 2 squads. 2013, speaking of tension, Suzanne Pedersen, one of the firebrands of this great rivalry, an 18-10 romp. That was in Colorado, and of course 2 years ago with Jarena Pillar making that key putt, the 14.5 to 13.5 win. And I tell you what, if past Solheim Cups at places like Crooked Stick and also in Rich Harvest Farms in the Midwest are any indication, Des Moines will be rollicking next week.
I'm going to be there. I am excited, ready to go on American soil, red, white, and blue all the way. Well, happening now, all eyes on the 99th PGA Championship with Quail Hollow, the host for another memorable week in golf. Let's play our own game here with fill in the blank and the group to watch in the first round. Chris? Who is your pick?
I'm going to go with Ricky Fowler, Jon Rahm, and Rory McIlroy. Boy, that's going to be an exciting group to watch for sure, especially with Rahm and Ricky and Rory McIlroy bombing those drives out there.
Why? Why do you like that group so much? Is it the history that Rory has on the golf course?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, obviously 2 wins there, a second place. Rory McIlroy, the way he's driving the ball right now, he was #1 last week in driving distance, 14th in accuracy. I think that's huge at Quail Hollow. You got to hit the ball in the fairway, and when he can hit the ball as far as he hits it and put it in the fairway, that is a weapon that is hard to contend with.
All right, everybody wants to see what Jordan Spieth does this week. We are all waiting, some of us hoping to see a career Grand Slam and more history from Jordan Spieth. But tell us, who is your group to watch?
That's my group. It's Sergio, it's Brooks, and it's Jordan Spieth. I mean, these are our precious and rare moments in our game. And Jordan Spieth, at the age of 24, has already given us so much history already. And he kind of pushes back against the Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods comparisons, and yet he continues to rip pages from the history books and to write his name there. He's a remarkably composed young man, and we all remember, maybe never more so than his bounce back from the bogey on 13 at Royal Birkdale to hit this tee shot on the par 3 14th hole to a couple of feet. What a moment it was, Chris DeMarco. It told all of us that, you know what, Jordan Spieth is going to be okay.
Well, yeah, and the bogey he did make on 13 was huge. That putt that he made really gave him a confidence, put another pep in his step. And for him to step up and hit that shot the next hole just shows a true heart of a champion.
Can't wait till Thursday.
We're still talking about what he did at the Open, and those moments and memories are going to last a long time. And then already, this week, we're going to have an opportunity to see more epic moments brought to you by Jordan Spieth. All right, Bailey, over to you for the tee sheet. What's coming up?
Chantel, thank you. Yes, good morning. Happy PGA Championship week. You got to think that all the players in the field not named Jordan Spieth are excited. Fly under the radar, right? All the attention's going to be on Jordan Spieth this week to see if he can complete that career Grand Slam. So we do have the tee sheet. One player flying under the radar this week, that's Phil Mickelson. And how is this for some symmetry? This will be the first time that Quail Hollow has ever hosted a PGA, and Phil's only PGA Championship victory came in 2005 at Baltusrol, the first time ever that Baltusrol hosted a PGA. So who knows what he's got in store this week. We'll get a putting tip from Lefty just a little bit from now. And then we're going to take a look at how the defending champ Jimmy Walker got it done last year to secure his first career major championship. Charlie Reimer recently caught up with Jimmy, got the scoop on how he hits it long and straight. We're going to have that for you this morning as well. And another man who knows all about hitting it long and straight, that is Maurice Allen. He is coming off back-to-back victories on the World Long Drive Tour. Now he is the new world #1. We're going to hear what he had to say after his win this past weekend and recap some of his best moments from when he was in Morning Drive just a couple weeks ago. That's all ahead on this Monday edition of Morning Drive. But Damon, back over to you.
All right, Bailey, all morning long, we will highlight some of the great moments from the PGA Championship 2014. Rory McIlroy, 16th tee, Chris DeMarco.
Yeah, 350 yards in the air, that always helps.
Making a statement, a one-shot win over Phil. More ahead, PGA Championship Monday on Morning Drive.